One of the most important steps in memory improvement is simply realizing that some things are easier to remember than others. To discover what they are, you need to test your memory. Use the following experiment to find out the characteristics a piece of information needs to have if it's going to be memorable. Listen to this list of 25 words. I shall read them to you. As soon as the list is finished, see how many of the words you can write down from memory in any order. Here we go. Shoe, watch, flower, Madonna, chair, lion, kettle, ball, pin, firework, pencil, tiger, phone, warm, puma, hill, time, sharpener, mugger, cheetah, hat, car, apple, book, kite. Okay, write them down. Shut off the audio and write them down. What's most interesting about this test isn't how many words you remember, but which ones. It's possible to predict with surprising accuracy which words most people recall. Book, kite. You're likely to have remembered the last two words on the list because there was very little time to forget them. No new words appeared to confuse you, so you were able to carry them in your short-term memory for long enough to write them down. Shoe, watch, and perhaps flower. The words from the very start of the list are also likely to have stayed with you. When the experiment began, your mind was fresh and alert. You were interested in the sort of words that might be included, and it's likely that you have been making a special effort to remember. On the other hand, the words from the middle of the list are a great deal harder to recall. Your interest wanes, your mental energy drops, your concentration wavers, and the whole task just seems to be too difficult and confusing. Lion, tiger, puma, cheetah. Most people who do this test spot the four linked words, the big cats, and remember them as a group. Perhaps you found that this also worked for pencil and sharpener, two words that could easily be linked together in your mind. Madonna. When a word stands out from a set of information, is memorable and unusual, it's much easier to remember. Firework. Being able to picture a word is a vital part of remembering it. In this case, the word also conjures up sounds and even smells, making it particularly powerful, especially compared to the abstract words like warm and time and hill, pin, that kind of stuff. Mugger. This word is likely to provoke an emotional response, making it much more memorable than bland words. As already mentioned, pin, phone, and hill. From this simple experiment, key factors about memory are revealed. You remember. When your mind is alert, you're interested and motivated, especially at the start and at the end of any learning period. When material is patterned and connected, when information is unusual, when you can picture what you have to learn, when the information makes you feel something, you forget. When you lose interest and motivation, especially in the middle of a learning period. When the material has no shape or connections. When information is dull. When it's difficult to picture the material. When what you've learned doesn't provoke any emotional response. If you consider these points in terms of your day-to-day memory experiences, you'll see that they make sense. The sort of information you tend to remember is material you're interested in or really motivated to learn, like statistics about your favorite sport or material to help you make money. Songs, tunes and poems, connected memorable patterns of sound and rhythm. Stories based on connections, with one event causing another, one scene linking into the next. Faces, you know you've seen that person before. Unusual events, the days when you did something out of the ordinary. Embarrassing moments, times of happiness, fear, sadness, anger, disgust and surprise. All occasions made memorable by strong emotions. Of course, most of this information you have to learn doesn't conform to these points.